Hume believes that when we investigate matters, we find that every piece of knowledge we possess can be traced back to a sensory impression. For this reason, he divides the two objects of thought into two categories: ideas and impressions. Impressions are those lively perceptions that we have upon being presented with the actual situation. These impressions can be either external or internal. Thus, falling in love with someone is an impression, just like seeing a flower is an impression. Ideas are copies of those impressions and are less forcible and lively than the original impressions. That is, ideas are like memories of the original impressions. Now, Hume thinks that every piece of knowledge we have is either an impression or an idea that derives from an impression. He then issues a challenge to someone who would disagree. He says this: "Those who would assert that this position is not universally true, nor without exception, have only one method, and an easy one at that, of refuting it by producing that idea which, in their opinion, is not derived from this source." What Hume is saying is that all that is needed to refute a universal statement, as the one he's made here, is one counterexample. A counterexample is offered against a universal statement in order to show that it is false. For example, the universal statement, "all swans are white," can be refuted by merely producing one swan that isn't white. Likewise, the claim that all mental objects are derived from experience can be refuted by one example of a mental object that is not derived from experience. But then, Hume himself presents what has looked to many as just such a counterexample. This is his missing shade of blue, discussed on page 769. Is this a counterexample? I will reserve discussion of this until our classroom discussion.